Hey, you guys, this is your friend Joshua Davis. I'm here, grateful and honored to be here in support of Title Track and their Get Out the Vote effort. Title Track is a wonderful organization uh, that does a lot of great work with racial justice, a lot of great work with water rights and education, and ties in the arts in a really wonderful organic way, as you're seeing right now. Um, and it's almost Tuesday, and I'm gonna be voting tomorrow in my little precinct in Leelanau County, and I hope that you have already voted or have a plan to vote. Been waiting for a long time for this one, and I'm very excited to make my voice heard. Uh, Here with title track, I'm not gonna play you my title track, but I'm gonna play you the first track on my album, A Miracle of Birds. I tend to not name my albums after song titles. I tend to name them after little lines in songs. It's a thing that I like to do, and so this is a song called "Waiting on the Dove," and it's from an album of mine called "Miracle of Birds" that was written uh, based on my adventures in Israel and the Palestinian West Bank with a wonderful organization called On the Ground that does work with fair trade farming communities all over the world. We were there in support of Palestinian olive farming communities there, and I came back with a bunch of songs, and I made this record. And this song "Waiting on the Dove" is a very personal song. It has to do with the feeling of helplessness, I think, a lot, and hopelessness. The feeling of things looking bleak and not knowing where to turn, which I think, I've dealt with a lot over the past little bit, and I know that a lot of you have too. And I will say that I feel very empowered right now, and I feel like the thing that we can do right now is make your voice heard by getting out to the polls or getting in that ballot and casting your vote. So without further ado, I'll play you my tune "Waiting on the Dove," and I love you. Get out there, make your voice heard. Thanks, title track. I went looking for answers that couldn't be found, set an uneasy pace on that uneven ground, between the downtrodden and the blood of my blood. Why do I keep waiting on the dove? Between the rubbish and the rubble, there's no place to hide. Trust and trouble can't walk side by side. Why is it the latter? It seems to fit like a glove. And why do I keep waiting on the dove? Oh, so many people looking out for their own. Tear gas and plate glass, with slings and with stones. When there's no room to breathe, it's hard not to shove. Why do I keep waiting on the dove? Something too tight to drop, and these tears keep a coming. Nothing seems to stop it, and every drop just adds a little more to the flood. Why do I keep waiting on the dove? Oh, now headlines read landmines and houses ripped down. I put names to the faces in these crumbling towns. I've seen both sides of a wall. Must one side rise and another side fall? Can there only be peace when one side is silenced in blood? Why do I keep waiting on the dove? Well, I'm flying home with a leaf clutched in my hand. Maybe a sign that there's no sign of dry land. Water keeps rising, there's nothing but darkness above. Why do I keep waiting? Why do I keep waiting? Why do we keep waiting on the dove? On the dove. Make your voice heard, everybody. Big thanks to Title Track. I love you. Be excellent to each other. We'll see you soon.